Welcome back to the City Structures channel. Here we learn about structural design software, from typical workflows to specialized design tools. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. We've been covering the design of a simple artist structure using the Autodesk Robot software. So far we've carried out the analysis. You can check out the other videos in the link above. In today's lesson, we'll quickly go through panel results. We shall look at setting up the member local axis and the sign conventions, view different results using the maps, and lastly how to use the panel cuts. So let's get to it. Understanding the sign convention will help you while reading the analysis results of the slab panel. These signs are usually oriented with respect to the direction of the member local axis. The sign conventions are as shown on the drawings I've made here for the different member actions. I'll leave a PDF file in the description in case you want to have it. Having said that, it is important to understand how to set up the member local axis. The settings dealing with this essentially require you to assign the x-axis direction for the member. So to do that, go to Geometry, click on Properties, move to Local Panel Direction. So I'll just move this to the XY plane. So automatically, as you can see, this axis here just shows the default axis for the different panels for this panel and this one. So the red one, as you can see, the bottom here is the x-axis. So the x-axis is moving from this direction. Same for this panel. So in case you want to change it, you can define it like this and then just set up a vector. For example, you want to select from here to here. Then you pick up the panel that you wish to select, for example that case, but I want to change it right now. So having done that, we move on to now looking at the maps. Now to view the maps, go to Results, click on Maps, and this option offers different quantities which can be displayed as a map on the surface of the panel. It functions the same way as diagrams for bars that we had viewed in the previous lesson. So for example, we wish to view the moments in the x axis. So just select it, then apply. So as you can see, we have a legend also at the bottom here. Then I can decide to view it in different modes. Perhaps I also want to view isolines, like that. Then I can add descriptions, so I can see the values themselves. So there are several other different kinds of quantities you can view. Just skimming through all these tabs. Then perhaps you can go back to the Detail tab and look at this portion here. So you're talking about direction. So as we had previously set the local member axis, so this one is going to set the data that are going to be viewed on the maps. It's going to set it according to the member local axis. So you can decide to pick out or specify how that axis is going to look like in this case, or you can just leave it to automatic so that it will pick the one that we had defined prior. Then for the layer, we have the top layer, the middle layer, and the bottom layer. So for moments, it's going to be more or less consistent. If we're to deal with stresses, you find that it's close to 0 because it's near the neutral axis. I think that's it with the maps. The rest of the things you can just cover. You can look at them. Perhaps they're very similar to diagrams for bars. Now moving on to panel cuts. So this allows you to view a measured quantity as it varies along a defined line. So let's just go and open it up. So you can define a cut for that line by either of these options, these three options. So you can decide to pick 2 points parallel to a certain axis or parallel to a plane. In this case, you're just going to pick up 1 point, or you can select 3 points. So once you've done that, you give your cut a name, the bottom here, and also a unique color, like that. Sometimes you may need to come up with many cuts and it may be difficult to distinguish them without proper identifiers. So once you've done that, go and select which option you want to view, or rather which quantity you want to view. Then let me just define one here. So I can go to the 3D model. I want it to be parallel to YZ. The YZ plane is this one. So if I were to pick something of this point here, then just apply. So as you can see, shows the variation of the stresses. If I were to change it, perhaps I want it to be the moments, then apply. It can show me the variation of the moments. So if I were to add a new one, perhaps I want it to be along the XZ axis, then I just pick a point like that. Then since I haven't changed the quantity, if I click on apply, it's still going to show me the same quantity. So essentially the other settings are similar to the one we had looked at when you're looking at maps. For example, the layers, the automatic direction, etc. So that's it on panel results. If you found this video useful, don't hesitate to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. Hopefully the next lesson we shall look at designing the different elements. See you in the next video.